Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles DeBanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. I'm going to give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. So let's get into today's show. So as you guys know, 2 years ago, the Lakers decided to draft Bronny James to be a member of the team. And at the time, most people, and I'm talking about people now that evaluate talent, players and all, were saying that they thought that he wasn't good enough to be an NBA player. Some people thought that he should remain in, I think, a UFC or UNC, right? University or something, USC. But nevertheless, they forced their way to get him on the Lakers. We all remember this. There was a whole report where Rich Paul said he spoke to Bronny and asked him, what did he want? And he said he just wanted to hear his name get called. And then leading up into draft night, they were like, Bronny's only working out with 2 teams. Then Rich Paul was putting out statements like if any team picks up Bronny, he's going to go play, I think, in China or play out of the country. Some just crazy stuff, right? So the Lakers, with the 55th pick, it was all engineered. They were going to pick Bronny, right? So him and LeBron could fulfill that moment. And it was something that obviously LeBron James wanted, which is understandable, wanted to play with your son. And you had the whole open night spectacle. But I remember even leading up to the season in Summer League, there was a lead up where it was like Bronny versus Victor Wembanyama. Just think about that for a second. Bronny versus Victor. Even ESPN and all of these leagues were buying, all of these different accounts were buying into the nonsense. And it became this thing that if you were even a critique his game, all of a sudden it meant that you didn't like your dad or your dad didn't like you, or you couldn't even talk about him. You could talk about everybody else in the NBA, good or bad players. You could talk about him. But Bronny, he was off the tape. So you had the opening night thing. And then the very next game, he went to the G League. And then you started hearing stories of he'll be bouncing between the G League and the regular team, South Bay Lakers and the big team, right? Then we heard he wasn't going to be traveling with his team on the road, the G League team. And that's when I knew, okay, these people are not serious. He's not really going through the process because what? His father wanted, and that's normal. Father wanted to spend time with him. We get all of that. But at the same time, the Lakers are an organization that is preoccupied with winning championships. And it was that moment, amongst many others, where I knew the Lakers had turned into a full-blown clown show. Because drafting Bronny had nothing to do with winning. It had nothing to do with the Laker fan base at all. It was just to appease LeBron and make him feel good, right? So that goes on. Last year, he improved a little bit, but it was more the same. So what happened? We get to the offseason. The Lakers didn't offer LeBron an extension. But then we hear that Bronny got extended. They got guaranteed. They guaranteed his contract. Then LeBron leaves. And then there was this whole thing of, was LeBron going to pack Bronny in his suitcase and go over here with him? And they're going to leave together? And blah, blah, blah. All of these different rumors are swirling all over the place, right? But then I was going through the internet last night and I came across a report that absolutely had me on the floor laughing my ass off. But before I even show it to you, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Kachava. Now, before we continue, let me tell you something. This year, I got serious about taking care of my body, my training, my nutrition, all of it. Nothing extreme. I just wanted to take better care of myself. But my days get busy between work, moving around, taking care of my daughter, trying to go to the gym, buying groceries. Life fills up fast. And when it does, nutrition is the first thing to fall apart. I would skip meals, grab whatever was easy, and feel it by the afternoon. Then I started using Kachava's new travel pack. Just one packet gives you complete nutrition ready for life to go on. Plant-based protein, fiber, greens, vitamins, probiotics, omegas, electrolytes, and more. No artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no soy, no gluten, no preservatives, and no animal products. All the nutrition my body craves in one delicious shake, packed to go. It keeps my energy steady all day, and more importantly, it actually tastes amazing. If you have been meaning to take better care of yourself, this is the easiest place to start. Take your daily ritual with you. Go to Kachava.com and use code DREAMERS for 15% off your first order. That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code DREAMERS. And here's one more thing. If you decide to try it, send us your receipt to DreamersProOfficial@gmail.com, and we will give you 2 months free in the Dreamers Pro community we are building. Or we could give you 50% off on your future merchandise when we launch it. All right, perfect. So let's put up this report here. It's from SBN Basketball. So you see the thumbnail there. You see Bronny in the in the Dallas jersey, and you have the Lakers. It says, a potential trade framework between the Lakers and Mavericks featuring PJ Washington. Lakers get Washington. Dallas gets Bronny James, Jared Vanderbilt, Jake LaRavia, and 2032 pick swap via Evan Sideri. You can't even be serious. You cannot even be serious. You can't even be serious. But I'll say this before I get into the joke of this particular thing here. I think it would have probably done Bronny more. I think it would have probably done Bronny better had he signed with a different team than the Lakers. Do you know why? Because then you would have to fend for yourself. That if you got minutes, it's because you earned it. And if you got stuck in the G League, it means you couldn't make it out of it. But you're doing it on your own steam. I got you to the door, but when you walk in, you got to find your own way. Him going to the Lakers, yes, you're around LeBron James, one of the best players of all time, so you get to learn up close from your dad. But look, if you haven't learned everything you're going to learn by that point, you're never going to learn it. All other NBA players that their kids went to the NBA at a certain point, man, most of them are not playing with their fathers. You got to go in there and figure it out for yourself and go through adversity for yourself. That's how you figure out what you're made of. This is how you figure it out. So all of these stories about, oh, could Bronny follow LeBron to whatever team? If I'm Bronny, I'd be insulted by that. Why would I want to go play with my dad? Like, why would I want to go play with my dad and follow him around the NBA? No one is going to respect me. Hell, I heard Austin Rivers get more disrespected than Bronny James, and he was actually a good NBA player. Not a great one, but a good NBA player. Oh, his dad got him this contract, and dad got him this, and then people, you know, that's what's interesting about this media. People had no issue going off on Austin Rivers and saying that the only reason he got that contract was because of his daddy and this, but nobody wants to say it about LeBron James. Son, you see how that works? Do you see the level of hypocrisy that existed throughout this entire story was nauseating? I'll give you guys another example. Stephen A. Smith calling out Kwame Brown when he was a teenager. Trying to destroy that young man's confidence at the time, and probably did. I don't know. Nobody spoke about Kwame Brown was a kid. Nobody held back on him. What about Kobe Bryant when he came into the NBA and he airballed those free three jumpers? Nobody spared Kobe Bryant the rod. They just went at him. Now, the reason why Stephen A. went at Kwame Brown in a way that he would never dare go after Bronny James is because Kwame Brown's dad wasn't an NBA legend. If Kwame Brown's father was Michael Jordan, you think Stephen A. Smith would have dared speak about him the way he did? Hell no. So everybody else is fair game. Well, LeBron said we can't talk about him. So he should be in the league and we should just all act like as if what we're seeing is great. Even if it's not, we should all lie. And then his fans will tell you, if you pointed out, oh, you don't like black people or you don't like black men, but then they never give this same grace to people like Russell Westbrook and all the other black teammates that they've tore down on their path to the GOAT status. This is the clown show of it all. They wanted to exempt this kid and say, oh, well, the reason why, you're making fun of him is because of LeBron said, and that's the reason why you're defending him. The double-edged sword. So this is the story now. Y'all let me know what y'all think.